If you want to be a millionaire in 2024, there is no way around using TikTok for your business. Whether it's offline, whether it's online, whether you sell tobacco on the streets or whether you're trying to build an OFM business, TikTok is the #1 way to go. So in this video, I'm gonna give you the top 5 things I wish I knew when I started doing TikTok for my OFM business 4 years ago. The first thing that I wish I learned back in the day was hashtags are your friend. Hashtags are OP. The #1 thing that's gonna help you grow your account, make money, get views, get the right audience, all of that. Now, I don't want to get into it too deeply since there's already an entire video about TikTok hashtags on this channel. I'm gonna link it up there. But you have to see TikTok hashtags like little hooks that grab exactly the right audience and the right viewers you want. Because you have to see it that way. Views aren't views in a good way. Now, if you post, for example, a car TikTok about a Lamborghini driving on the street, if you get a bunch of gamer guys, people who play League of Legends, Black Ops, yada yada yada, if those people view your TikTok, they won't really give a fuck about it. They won't be interested in the content. Meaning, your watch time is gonna be shit. Nobody will follow the video, nobody will interact, and even if they do, they won't come to the product, for example, you're pitching. So if we put it down to the OFM perspective, if you post a video with like a skinny blonde creator and a lot of people who are interested in like 40-year-old MILFs see it, they won't subscribe to your page because they don't like the content. So even if you do 1 million views in the wrong niche, it doesn't mean shit and you're still not gonna make money. So what you want to do is do research, like I said, watch the video I did in the past about it, do research about TikTok hashtags and see how you can use them the right way. So you not only make a shit ton of views, but you also get the right audience. This tool is not for TikTok, the tool is for you. So you get specifically planned out audiences that you want to have as a creator. The second thing that I wish I knew is that TikTok is an entertainment platform. Many people say different stuff. Many people mistake different TikTok niches for something that they aren't. But in the end, people go on TikTok to be entertained. Nobody goes on TikTok to see some titties. No one. You go on TikTok because you have ADHD, you just want to kill some time, just want to scroll, just want to see what's up, just yada yada yada, turn your brain off, scroll. We've all been there, we've all done that. And for most of the people out there, it's even worse. They all have ADHD. So if you are not able to entertain them, it doesn't matter which niche you're in, you will lose in the long run and you won't be able to compete against the big creators who are doing all at once. So keep in mind, if you scroll on TikTok, if you post your videos there and the average viewer, let's say, sees your video in his feed, what is your competition? Because he has to purposefully stop scrolling on his videos, he has to purposefully spend his time and his ADHD infected brain just to watch your video for like 8 or 12 seconds, whatever it is. So how are you gonna make him do that? If it's just a video in front of a white wall, just standing there, moving a bit, maybe lip syncing a song, nobody will give a fuck about that. And if you're completely honest, you wouldn't watch it yourself. So analyze yourself on TikTok, analyze what you're even watching when you're on there, and then copy the best moves to make your video as entertaining as possible. Because this is the #1 thing that's gonna get you views. Even if you get it back to OFM, OnlyFans management. If you post videos and all the stuff, there's a lot of things that you can do. You can be overly sexual, you can be funny, you can do all the stuff. But as long as you're entertaining, you will make the most views. Other way around, if you're just sexual but it's boring, your videos won't go over 50 views or something. So keep in mind the baseline for any video on TikTok, and it doesn't matter which niche, trust me, is be entertaining at first. And entertaining doesn't mean funny or it doesn't mean humorous. It can also be very exciting. It can just be that the video doesn't make sense in the beginning and then in the end it gets clarified. It's like if I started this YouTube video with a funny purple hat on and I would speak like every sentence backwards. You would at least watch the video and be like, why the fuck does he do that? Now I got your attention. Now the video is interesting, even in a bad way. So make sure to make your videos as interesting and as entertaining as possible. And I guarantee you, your views will skyrocket right afterwards. The third point is that sexualization is oversaturated. Pure sexuality on TikTok is oversaturated as fuck. Now, this is especially relevant if you get into the OFM, OnlyFans management type of stuff, but I can 100% tell you, like mentioned in the previous point, being sexual on TikTok, nobody will give a fuck about that. Nobody cares. The average viewers For You page is full of titties. He sees them everywhere. Every single video he sees is a hot chick dancing in a bikini, twerking. So this is no point where you can compete. There's literally no more room for that. This is not how you're gonna make people people interested in your product, okay? Because everyone's doing it. You have to stand out from the masses. You have to be very, very unique in order to get people to subscribe to you instead of the other 100 creators on the For You page. And this is certainly not the way to go. Of course, since we're in the OFM business, you need some sexuality in the video. Like if you're not sexual, if you just post a video talking about how you drank a coffee this morning, nobody's gonna subscribe to the OnlyFans. So obviously there's a fine line that you wanna hit, and it takes some experience to find it. But you need to have some sexuality in the video. That's absolutely important, and you should do that. However, you should never have the sexuality as the main competing point in the video. It should not be the main purpose and the main attraction of the video. It should be there, but it shouldn't be the main thing. Make sure, like I said in previous points, it's entertaining, it's funny, maybe it doesn't make sense, it's mysterious, it catches the eye, and oh yeah, by the way, it's sexual. That's how the usual blueprint should look, and this is how you're the most competitive amongst all the other creators that are trying to get the viewers' attention that you also want. The fourth point is, and this is by far the most technical point out of all of them, is the easier your setup is, the more views you're gonna get, certainly. Now, if we come to TikTok, and when it comes to posting on a large scale, so we're not talking about one account, we're talking about 5, 10, 50, 100 accounts that you're posting on at the same time, there's a very, very important point, and that is how you set up the entire operation. How many phones do you have? Which Wi-Fi do you use? How do you create the accounts? How do you warm them up? How do you post? All this stuff. Now, since TikTok is a spy app, I think everybody should know this by now. The Chinese government literally built TikTok. They're able to build fucking nukes and sex dolls. They'll be able to track if you're spamming their platform, which of course is what they don't want. And I can tell you, especially in 2024, in the election year, where a lot of elections, especially in the US, are happening, TikTok is gonna put a lot of effort into banning and sanctioning bot and spam accounts. So what you wanna do is make sure you're not getting shadow banned, you're not getting deleted with all your accounts that you're posting on. Now, there's a lot of different ways to set up them, and this is where we get back to the point I mentioned. You can build accounts with an NSA-like setup. You can have proxies, different spoofing methods, you can have like emulators and all this different stuff. But the more complicated it gets, the more headaches you're gonna have in the long run. If you just have a good setup that's very, very simple, it's very easy to fix problems, it's very easy to scale. If you need like 10 different AI bots and 15 VPNs to just post a fucking video, you're not competitive, and TikTok will fuck you up. So if they patch something, if they change their algorithm, you're absolutely fucked, because now your entire business stopped working. When in comparison, if your setup is very, very simple, just have a phone, you create the accounts, warm them up for 2 days, nothing really special, nothing with VPNs, and you find a way to make that work, you're always the most competitive. You can set it up the fastest, you can just easily change the method because it's not that complicated, and also you can explain the whole setup to your employees, to your creators, etc. Super fucking easy. So don't freak out over technical stuff, because I assume you don't know shit about it. So don't waste your time with all that bullshit. Make it as simple as possible. So you know the KISS method, keep it simple, stupid. That absolutely applies to TikTok, because trust me, they are able to detect and track everything, even if they don't admit that. So the easier it gets, the harder it is for them to punish you for breaking their guidelines if you're trying to do so. And the last point to close off this video, which in my opinion is the best possible advice I can give you on TikTok, and again, it doesn't matter which business you're in, but especially in OnlyFans management, on TikTok, it is quality over quantity. Now, on my second channel, which I will link down below, I've made an entire video about that. But to sum it up, over the last years, like let's say 2 or 3 years ago, it was quantity over quality. The more accounts you had, the more views you could generate, right? It didn't really matter what content you posted, but if you had 100 accounts, you were able to generate a lot, because the pure numbers meant something. Now, in 2024, putting out content on a large quantitative basis is easier than possible. So you can't compete with numbers anymore. What you want to do, because this is the new meta. This is the new power vacuum that has been created because everybody started posting, is posting quality content, especially in OFM. And if you've listened to what I've said so far, this absolutely is the right conclusion, right? Because if everyone starts posting bullshit, everybody's doing the same shit. If you go a level beyond that with better camera quality, better scripts, better entertainment, better outfits, better lighting, better videos as as a whole, even from an entertainment platform, you're gonna absolutely smash this market. There's absolutely no way around getting a shit ton of views if you keep these advices in mind. Because if you are the only creator doing really entertaining videos that also look hot, that are also funny, out of all the videos the people scroll, they actually think you are different. So you're the only unique creator. You're not doing the same flash trends and the same shitty videos in the bikini and all the stuff. No, you are different. So you deserve to get a subscribe from the guy. You deserve to get all the money. So you see where I'm getting here. Make sure your TikToks are unique and make sure you always prioritize quantity. Don't start posting on 50 different accounts if your videos look like they're recorded on Josef Fritzl's apartment with like an outfit that my grandma could have worn. So before all of that bullshit, focus on getting good videos first. Focus on getting views on like 5 or 10 accounts. And if that works out, fine. Then you can scale up the numbers because you have a proof of work, you have a working concept. Now it makes sense to scale the numbers. Don't get famous, don't get shiny object syndrome and try to start with 10,000 accounts. It's not profitable and it's way too much headache. Now, these are the top 5 things that I've learned in over 4 years of doing TikTok for my OnlyFans management business. If you need any advice on that, make sure to join the 4,500 big community my partner and me have created on Telegram. Absolutely free, no payment needed, whatever. You can just join via the link in the description and get all the advice you need on business from over 4,500 members, including over 30 millionaires happy to give you advice. Now, wish you a great and successful day. Talk soon.